Well, I guess we're going to hear goats in the background, y'all. They're going to be screaming bloody murder while they're being barbecued for the crew. What up, cinephiles and entertainment seekers, and also what up, Coop Troop? This is your man, your host, your maestro. This great channel of ours, DeAndre Cooper, coming at you with what? DraeRadio, cinema news and movie reviews. Thank you for clicking on my video today, you guys. Thank you for joining me on what you saw in the title, Above or Below. I have coming to you guys some cinema news. I got to keep my name alive, so just as much as you had the opportunity to check out other videos or read other news outlets with the same news that I'm bringing to you guys, you chose me. And I really abundantly appreciate everybody from the Coop Troop, cinephiles, and entertainment seekers for coming along this journey of mine, you know, just to be here, to get my piece of the pie of the YouTube industry. And you feel me? So on today's show, I will be bringing to you guys, 4 cinema news topics from different entertainment news outlets. One cinema topic is coming from Entertainment Weekly. It's talking about Sterling K.Brown. Joe Blow with the teaser trailer of another, teaser trailer of the Superman film, Christopher Nolan's Odyssey film, and Ryan Coogler's new film upcoming this year, Sinners with Michael B.Jordan. So, who you tuned in to. Once again, thank you so much. Without further ado, let's get down to the show.
Message!
So, first off, we're going over to Entertainment Weekly, and we're talking about Sterling K.Brown reveals he turned down a bad guy role on The Boys, and also would love to return to Marvel. Yo, blew me out of the water just to hear that. And you know how big of a status you gotta be to be on the first call role and to be offered a season-long arc to be an enemy, and especially The Boys. I haven't started it yet, but the fact that I had to come through with this news, mostly because he said he would love to return to Marvel, and we know a whole lot of past folk from Marvel is coming back as well. So this was something that interested me to bring to you guys and to elaborate on. Now, I'm nobody within the Hollywood industry of like an enthusiast or somebody like that, but I'm just a fan dedicating my content to other fans out there. Let's talk just like we used to do back at the lunch table in school, you feel me? But Sterling K. Brown states that it was very tempting, but a full season arc, they are in Toronto, is tough. I'm not sure what goes down in Toronto and how tough it was. He must have been just talking about, schedule conflict and things like that, and, things of that nature. Breaking down more from Entertainment Weekly, it says Sterling K. Brown could have broken bad on The Boys, but he says he turned down a season-long villain arc on the popular comic book series, which Sterling also states that, but because I'm blessed enough to already have certain things in place, I get a chance to be a bit more choosy about what projects I do. That is big talk, you feel me? And I guess that already labels him to be that high caliber status of a A-list actor. I would agree to him being an A-list actor, you hear me? I wish he would have got more time in his role in the Black Panther film, but, he is a 3-time Emmy Award winner, plus a Golden Globe winner as well. Having that status alone, once you start building up stacks of awards like that, things are going to come towards your door in a swift of a blessing, you feel me? So, hey, that was just something he just had to make a little respectful note on, because he has history with the Supernatural director, writer, creator, which is now the creator of The Boys and everything within that universe. So the connection is there from them to another. But the fact that he had to respectfully decline that, he got better things coming his way. He said he already had has certain things in his place of working. You feel me? So going on more about Sterling K. Brown and the Marvel Universe, Brown said, I would love to come back to the Marvel Universe. Absolutely. Please have me back. Please, please. Thank you. That boy is begging. That boy is publicly begging to come back to the MCU. Like I said, if everybody else from the past MCU, like Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, knowing that he's already denying he ain't coming back as Captain America, which we'll give him that, you feel me? What's going on with him? Bring Sterling K. Brown back. Give him more tools and scripts and resources to make that impact into the MCU. I'm down for it. I'm ready. Come on. Then Joe Boo did not have that much screen time to me in Black Panther. I'm talking about the beginning scene. It was cool and all that, but like, why couldn't we get like a backstory behind his character and King T'Chaka back then? But hey, Marvel had different plans, I guess. Ending it off with Sterling K. Brown and Entertainment Weekly. Check this out. Check this out. Here's some what if situations, but with the other studio, DC, the past studio, DCEU, you feel me? Says that this is hardly the first time Brown has made a public plea to play a comic book role. Back in 2017, before he joined the MCU, he tweeted that he wanted to play soldier turned superhero John Stewart, aka the Green Lantern. Where was I during this potential casting? I don't know, probably under somebody rock, but like, that would have been hard. That would have been hard, you guys. Sterling K. Brown has the demeanor and mannerisms to portray that lead role of John Stewart. But y'all know that was in the past. DCEU, RIP. RIP. We now have that boy Aaron Pierre in the role as John Stewart in the upcoming DC superhero series. So that would have been cool, you guys. Like, he also jotted down, I guess this was the actual tweet that he jotted down, talking about, dear powers that be, if you are looking for someone to play John Stewart, I humbly submit my name. That is a man walking into the office with a suit and tie, already bald with the mustache cut on him, saying the Green Lanterns, creed, you hear me? He says also, Brown wrote at the time he signed off with the valediction namaste and the hashtag Green Lantern Corps. Didn't Tyrese do the same thing as well, though? The concept art and pictures of Tyrese made it seem cool, but nah. Hard pass, but big respect for Tyrese, though. So, yeah, you guys, that was the first segment I have coming from you guys from Entertainment Weekly about Sterling K. Brown turning down a big villain role in The Boys, wanting to be back in Marvel, and potentially in the past wanting to be our DCEU's John Stewart. How y'all feel about that segment? Drop down on the comment section below. And again, like I said, chop it up with your boy. Let's make it happen. Next on Cinema News Topics, I am on Joe Blow, where the title for this segment is the latest teaser for James Gunn's Superman movie shows additional footage and the last son of Krypton in flight. A second teaser trailer for James Gunn's Superman movie features new footage, including a sequence of Supes in flight. There was some talk going around about how David Cornsweet's face looked very CGI during his in forward motion flying as Superman for the first time of us seeing. In perspective, POV in like Top Gun Maverick jet camera view, I could see why people say that, but James Gunn said bringing in, confirmation that absolutely no CGI was taking place in that format. What I was kind of imagining was that some big hyper super fan was kind of like in his face view and like putting that much pressure as like you putting your hands under the little dryer to just dry them, and how the skin just like wave out. His face was just caught in that moment of just like, like. So for this news segment on Joe Blow regarding the new Superman teaser trailer, states the latest promo builds atop the previous teaser with additional footage including new looks at Lex Luthor, Nicholas Hoult, the Fortress of Solitude, and a sequence featuring Supes in flight. While the latest Superman teaser doesn't reveal much of anything new, it builds upon the movie's mystique instead of showing too much too soon, which is good. That is amazing because from what we know, and as Marvel is a pro at doing, is not showing too much, but kind of like editing most important parts out when the spoiler is definitely in eye view of us. I hope when we walk into the Superman film, everything that we see on the trailer is just washed away from the spectacular, amazing clips and views that we're about to get drenched with, you guys. And regarding Nicholas Hoult, I still say that is the 007 James Bond in the DCU, because that man is showing nothing but James Bond energy in every clip that I see him in. And I guess talk about the rich status of Lex Luthor himself. Nicholas Hoult is bodying the mannerisms of which I'm catching on these teaser trailers. You feel me? And the Fortress of Solitude, the peak of the ice just emerging from the land that you feel me, that is on. The big old monster. This is the first time that we're seeing a monster of this caliber in a live action Superman movie. Doomsday, we know where he's from. We know how big of a high threat he is. But like a monster of an alien source, causing havoc in Metropolis. This is going to be great. This is going to be so great and amazing. I look so forward to it. Seeing the first person view of Superman actually flying, though, that's going to be some great stuff. If there's not anything I'm looking more forward to, it's Crypto. It's Crypto. Y'all remember the cartoon show Crypto the Super Dog with the I'm not sure what Batman dog was called on there. And then there was a little cat as well. That's where my first deep introduction to Crypto came from, and we know how big of a fan of animals James Gunn is. I wouldn't have thought to put an X on my bingo card this year that Crypto was going to be on this movie, but let's remember who James Gunn is. We got Cosmo, the Astro Dog in Guardians of the Galaxy, and look at where we at now. We got Crypto in the DCU, so I'm big hype for this. What do you guys think about the new teaser trailer for the Superman film? What did you thought about the new looks of Superman flying, Nicholas Hoult, you feel me, the Fortress of Solitude, everything else that you're excited for? Drop down on the comment section below and let me know what you're excited for, and let's have that conversation and chop it up, you feel me? So that's it for that topic. Moving on to Variety, you guys. Variety title for this new segment is stating Christopher Nolan set to shoot part of the Odyssey on Sicilian Goat Island, where Odysseus landed. I had to look up the island which they were referring to, aka Goat Island, and as soon as you look it up on Google, nothing but a picturesque landscape island full of goats. How he managed to film around that? Hey, you heard the phrase "never bet on James Cameron." I guess we can't bet on Christopher Nolan either because if we don't hear one bad in a scene of the Odyssey, hey, he already in the top 5 greatest director seat of all time. So let's dive over to Variety some more and see what's going on with this news of him actually at a landmark of where Odysseus landed. You feel me? Getting more into the news topic on Variety about Christopher Nolan's film, The Odyssey. Here states Christopher Nolan adaptation of The Odyssey will be partly filmed in Sicily, which, according to scholars, was a location for Odysseus' wanderings in the epic composed by Homer around 8th century BCE. And looking more down into the news segment, says shooting of the Sicilian portion of Nolan's Odyssey is expected to start in roughly 2 months on the island of Favignana, known as Goat Island, which is believed to be the place where Homer envisioned Odysseus landed with his motley crew to barbecue goats and stock up on food. Well, I guess we're going to hear goats in the background, y'all. They're going to be screaming bloody murder while they're being barbecued for the crew. I hope I said the island name right, though. So, in order for me to not step back into that, you know, not full. I don't know if I said it right, so I'm gonna just stick with Goat Island. I'm gonna stick with Goat Island, but correct me if I was wrong or right down below in the comment section. You feel me? If that was the right pronunciation of Goat Island. But that's amazing. That's just why Christopher Nolan is definitely one of the top 5 greatest directors of all time. Managing to go to the set location of where this historic event actually happened, it's amazing. I definitely respect anybody along that caliber in line to, dive into that scene and really put that passion and sight within what you're creating. And apparently, we all know the film is going to be in IMAX. You feel me? That's the IMAX king. That's the IMAX king right there. So definitely look forward to that. What more so caught my eye reading this article is that here we go. Telemachus, Odysseus' son, Penelope, Odysseus' wife, Athena, Circe, Poseidon, and Zeus are all major characters of this storyline. Here's saying more. The Odyssey recounts the 10-year journey of Odysseus, king of Ithaca, as he travels home after the Trojan War. Along the way, he encounters multiple perils and discovers the death of his crewmates, leading the names that I stated down below. Athena, Circe, Poseidon, and Zeus are all major characters of this story. Y'all, enlighten me on Odysseus, because I've heard of the name, in school growing up. I've heard of partial moments of the story. I definitely know about the Trojan War. I didn't know the gods, the Greek gods, were that involved in this story. I'm definitely intrigued about that. As y'all can see from everything that I placed on the pictures on the video from Goat Island itself, how picturesque and landscaping that it looked to the gods that will be featured on this movie. Hopefully, we don't know. Could possibly one of the actors, the actresses that he gained on this movie be somebody on the gods tier? Who would play Athena? Who would play Circe? Poseidon? Zeus? I am intrigued. I'm all in. I'm all in. But yeah, you guys, so that was news coming from Variety about Christopher Nolan's Odyssey film, starring Tom Holland, Zendaya, Matt Damon, Lupita Nyong'o, now featuring John Bernthal, Charlize Theron. You feel me? star-studded cast on this film. Drop down on the comment section below what caught your eye with this new segment, and who are you looking forward to seeing in this film from the cast that I listed a couple seconds ago. But on to the next one. Last but not least, we are on Deadline.com talking about Ryan Coogler's new film, Sinners. Here, the title for this article says, Ryan Coogler teases Sinners themes and supernatural elements beyond vampires in his personal love letter to cinema. This is cinema. Yo, this second official trailer for Sinners, just bringing up my reactions and thoughts about it, was jaw-dropping. I'm talking about, yes, the first official trailer was mysterious. We wasn't really sure if it was vampires, demons, or what type of monstrosity was out there that was lurking within the shadows of Mississippi that they're filming this movie in. But we get full-blown confirmation on what we're dealing with and more in this second trailer. Did you guys check it out? If not, go check it out. Come back to this segment of the video, and let's dive more into, you feel me, Deadline's article about the new Ryan Coogler film. So, the horror film centers on Michael B. Jordan's twins, who return to their hometown to escape their troubled lives, only to realize that an even bigger threat lies in wait at home. Twins. Michael B. Jordan is playing twins, which I can hop over to more of this segment to where Ryan states about him and Michael B. Jordan's connection with each other. I know that he is always trying to look for new challenges consistently, Coogler said. He doesn't want to rest on his laurels. I thought this role would be something where we could challenge each other. And that's amazing. And I know several other actors like that, from like a Mahershala Ali. He wouldn't want to be attached to one character. He would want to move on and extend on to his filmography and things like that. And this just puts Michael B. and Coogler on a uprising level to where they want to be. Coogler is definitely one of the rising directors in this industry, just as much as Michael B. is going to be placed within another conversation of like a Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman, names like that. You feel me? And this is amazing to know. This is definitely amazing to know. Sinners marks Coogler's fifth time collaborating with kindred spirit Jordan after Fruitvale Station, never saw it before, the first Creed film, and Black Panther. This is like Martin Scorsese's to Robert De Niro connection right here. Every generation has one, and within the culture, this is ours. This is ours, and they have yet to give us a watered down performance in everything that they done. This is amazing. This is great. I look forward to seeing this horror film. You feel me? Supernatural, vampires. We getting this before MCU's Blade, which is the joke conspiring around all this being tied into one. But this is great. I definitely look forward to it. Why this is such a personal film for Coogler, though, is because this film was inspired by his late grandfather and also his late Uncle James, that were from Mississippi but then moved to Oakland. And getting more into this segment and title of where Coogler states about more so his Uncle James. He actually passed away while I was in post-production on Creed. And he was from another time in Mississippi. And he wouldn't really talk about Mississippi unless he was listening to blues, unless he had a sip of Old Taylor's whiskey, Coogler said. Then he would reminisce. I miss him profoundly. With this film, I got a chance to dig into my own ancestral history here in the States, not dissimilar to what I was doing with the Black Panther films with generational ancestry. The blues play a major part in this film, and just reading more on the article about the connection between him, his grandfather, and the transition from Mississippi to Oakland, and then his Uncle James more so, where he felt the need to dive into this type of film and not only make it a film of horror of what we're used to, but give more light into the culture and the blues, what that sits on us, and how that make us feel within our lifetimes. And he said it has a major part to play. We're dealing with supernatural spirits, which I know a couple of family members in Mississippi and the Louisiana area that get down with that type of slice of life. I actually know a couple of friends that get down with that type of slice of life, and it's going to be interesting to see that portrayed on the big screen. This is definitely amazing. Get it more so on here if you guys can see it on the picture that I have for you guys. Coogler stressed music's role in the story, on which he received advice from Christopher Nolan and Emma Thomas. Ludwig Göransson, who recently won the Oscar for Best Original Song for Oppenheimer, and who previously worked with Coogler on the Black Panther film's executive producers. There gotta be an original song on here that I guarantee you, and I'm flipping a coin, that would possibly be award nominated for original film, for original song. And did y'all hear the pipes on the dude on the second official trailer? How Michael B. Jordan gave that expression. He was like, "Ooh, now look at you." And hey, this is gonna be one of the ones for the blockbuster. You hear me? Check out more of this coming from Deadline and the segment that we're on right now. Coogler also cited Salem's Lot by Stephen King, which I've never saw, never watched. I'm a fan of Stephen King, though. I really am. It, look at me fumbling. Stephen King got other films out there. The new upcoming film about the monkey. You hear me? I know some stories. I wasn't there one about a dog, and if I'm not believing a werewolf once upon a time, but yeah, I dove into some Stephen King once before. Definitely growing up with like the VHS tapes and things like that. But Salem's Lot by Stephen King as an inspiration for Sinners, which was shot on Ultra Panavision cameras. Hey, I guess I gotta add Salem's Lot to my digital collection this year, just so I could lay my eyes on it and kind of compare films on that note. But check out the pictures that I have for this whole segment. With we know Haley Steinfeld's character is not on our team. Absolutely not. She not. But this film stars actresses and actors like Haley Steinfeld, Miles Catton, Wunmi Musaku. We saw her from, the Loki series first as the TSA, the TVA agent, and she was on the recent Deadpool and Wolverine film as well. Mama, you hear me? That's what she calls herself on social media. Mama got to get her ends too. Jamie Lawson, Omar Miller. Omar Miller is going to be cornbread on here. Hey, I'm a big fan of his art in the film industry, and he is definitely like one of those cousins on the back end that I could relate to mostly. Lee John Lee, Delroy Lindo. Everybody been talking about Delroy on all these memes lately, talking about we see this guy on almost every other film, but we don't know his name. Well, now y'all do. Jack O'Connell, Christian Robinson, and many more. So, have you guys checked out the new trailer, official trailer for Ryan Coogler's and Michael B. Jordan's upcoming film Sinners? If so, jot down on the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on what you thought about the film. new trailer, and what are your expectations for it as well. Chop it up with your boy. So check it out, y'all. It wasn't that long, so I hope it wasn't that long, and I hope you enjoyed everything that you heard here from me, knowing you might have heard it from somebody else first or read it before you came to this video, or if you just down to have another conversation or a different type of opinion from somebody else. Thank you for joining me on this journey of my piece of the pie for cinema news. So once again, you have tuned in to your man, your host, your maestro, this great channel of ours, DeAndre Cooper, coming at you and bringing to you DraeRadio cinema news and movie reviews. Thank you once again, you guys. Catch y'all on the next route. Love, peace, and ball grease. You feel me? Because, ball brothers got to stay alive. Check y'all out later.